Hey guys, welcome back to another video. We're going to be going through the Hideout again today and what you can make profits at in what has turned into a weekly video here. Hope you guys are all liking the content. Couple of housekeeping items to take care of real quick for new folks. Simple rules here is I judge items based on the value per hour that they make. Not necessarily the total profit, but how fast they make that profit. Also, as a general rule of thumb, do not stack crafted items. For example, don't make red gunpowder and then use that red gunpowder to make bullets. The time it takes to do that ruins the profit you make with those items. You'll make more just crafting and selling. Also, if you have materials that are not found in raid, this is often the best place to use them is in the hideout to craft items. Even if it's not on my list, you'll often make more money crafting with those than selling them to Fence or the vendors for a very, very low price. So with that all the way, we'll dive right in. So the first thing we'll go through is the med station as usual. Pile of meds is still the top item to make here, and it's actually making more money than before, despite the fact that it's gotten cheaper on the flea market. So, for example, right now you're selling pile of meds for 9 to 10,000. Despite that, because Augmentin's gotten so cheap, you actually make a bunch more money with these. You're making right around 22K an hour, which rivals even most of the stuff in the Workbench. After that comes Salewas and SJ6s. Both of those are at 9K an hour if you're buying all your components. But one little trick is for the SJ1s, you can go barter these for quite a bit cheaper than you can buy them with Therapist. It's 2 syringes and 1 UV lamp, as you can see here. Aside from that, making Propital overnight with golden stars that are 1s or 10s that you can get cheap actually makes you a ton of money. The way my mentality is that I use golden stars in raid, and when I get 1 out of 10 on them, I keep them, and then I use those to make Propitals, and you end up making quite a bit of money, close to 50K in profits if you count that golden star cost sunk into your raids versus in your profit of versus in your crafting cost. So next up here, we'll go through the nutrition unit, the water collector, and booze generator. Actually, right now, Aquamarines have gotten a little bit more expensive, so you can make some profit with them. You're making right around 5.5K an hour if you buy all your components, but if you use your crafted water, you'll make close to 40K an hour. I use my crafted water for moonshine, but you do what you want to do. Battlestate actually added 2 new recipes in here, the Hot Rod and the Max Energy, NRG energy drinks. These do not make you profit right now. I'm not quite sure the utility of these. I know there's a couple of barters for them, but they will not make you money. If you want to make them to use them, by all means, but don't plan on making a profit when you're making them. And lastly, as usual, sugar. You can make it to use it for moonshine, but do not sell it. The flea market fee is still running somewhere between 11 and 15K, depending on where you sell it at, which basically crushes any profits you could make making sugar. The water collector, as usual, is making you somewhere around 7K an hour, just throwing these in and doing it. So you should be, if you want to just make water and sell it, it's a fantastic thing to do. Moonshine with crafted water and sugar makes you money, but I just use all of mine in the scav case, which you can do that with bot materials too. And for me, it's worthwhile because of some of the rarer items you get out of it. I actually got a lot of my streamer items out of that for my Kappa container. So make a judgment on yourself if you want to do them, if you want to use moonshine or not. Over at the Lavatory, the long-standing king of profits, the Scav Backpack, has fallen to Ox Bleach. And I was kind of looking forward to this. This is how it happened in the end of last wipe, as Ox Bleach became one of the more profitable items as your components get cheaper, because it's got a couple of really good barters you can use for getting armor and backpacks and things with the Bleach. So right now, Bleach is making you right around 17K an hour. The Scav backpacks are still profitable. They just only make you around 11K an hour. A little bit more if you can find your pieces cheaper, which you can sometimes find these in the 7 and 8,000, which then you make even more money. The Scav junk box is still profitable, but it's one you should make at night. You can buy all your components and still make between 60 and 80K selling this. So when you log off for the night, this is what I suggest you make. If you don't want to fight the inventory space of the Scav backpacks and you can't make some of the others, toilet paper is still making you around 9K an hour if you can get your paper cheap, and that's just selling the toilet paper right to Therapist. And then lastly, Ripstop, making Ripstop with Scav vests or Shaman shampoo, which is right there. Those make you about 6.5 to 7.5K an hour. Mag boxes can actually make you a little bit of money now, but not very much. If you're using these for fuel in your generator and you don't count the cost of those in crafting of the mag boxes, they make you about 8K an hour. So next up is the Workbench. This has the most options to make money here. Right now, you're in pretty much a tie between VOG 25s, which are right here, your VOG 25s and your red gunpowder. These are both making you between 22 and 24K an hour as of right now. I'm not entirely sure the cause of this. Obviously, there's more of a demand for red gunpowder than there has been in the past, and less of a good demand for green gunpowder, because green gunpowder is absolutely tanked and red is maintaining its price, if not being a little bit higher. And then VOGs must just be coming in vogue again where people want to use them. Next up is the RDG5s. You kind of have to watch your sale price on these, but if you sell them in that 14 to 15,000 range, they can make you anywhere from 19 to 21K an hour. So keep an eye on these. If you can sell them at the 15K range, they're a fantastic item to make. Next up is the group that runs us the 15 to 19K an hour. You're looking at SP6, which is right here. As well as the PBM ammo, which is up here, and circuit boards, which are right here. Your green gunpowder, as long as you are buying your stuff from vendors and not the market, where is the green gunpowder? Right there, green gunpowder, and wires, which 2 cables, you make wires. These make you 15 to 19K an hour. You can look at my spreadsheet if you want a little bit more exact numbers on it. And then after that, we have the 11 to 15K an hour, which is basically your capacitors, which you make out of a PSU, which are right, I went by them right there. Your 762 BP, which is just a green gunpowder, and this is because green gunpowder is actually getting cheap. 9x19 RIP ammo and 9x19 AP63, which I went by it. There's the RIP ammo and there's the 6.3. Those both make you that 11 to 15K an hour. And then the last thing we'll look at is the Intel Center. Prices have come down quite a bit. VPXs are only making you about 80K each cycle. Graphics cards are only making you about 40K. Intel is making you about 50K. So you can make any 3 of these and make money. It's kind of on what you want to do. The most will obviously be in the VPXs. I've been making graphics cards and sticking them in my Bitcoin farm, which is another profitable way to deal with it. But I'll leave it up to you what you want to choose to do. So, and per request, I'll go over to the spreadsheet here a little bit, kind of explain to you guys what I've got going on. So the tabs I have going right now, basically everything here, this is all the magic, crafting, profits, quick prices. I created this so that I have a place to quickly enter in stuff that gets used a lot in the crafting profits. And each one of those is referenced here with these kind of gray accent that these are looking over to that sheet, so that I just plug in one number and it populates anything that's used a bunch, like red gunpowder or things like that, so I'm not constantly going back and typing it in. These quick prices are part of how I check my stuff every day. If I come in here and look at my flea market, I have my wish list set up, and then I can just quickly cycle through each item and see how they're doing without having to search or link search or do anything like that. It's all right there and available and ready. The everything reference tab is just a future work, looking to get basically prices for everything in here as a reference sheet. It's still a work in progress. So the green highlighted items are kind of special cases, like Fierce Hatchling Moonshine here. This is highlighted because it uses crafted water. So this is actually referencing this cell here. And again, that's what these peach colored references are, is it's referencing something on this page, so you can see where it's referencing something. And that's again to save time and money. If I come in and type in purified water, and that's the cost that it's selling, it'll automatically populate there. So that happens in a couple of places. Anything in yellow like this is a vendor price, if you will. So condensed milk sells to the vendor for this, and you'll see that. I guess I didn't highlight this one, so we should probably highlight that one too. That's why I don't have flea market fees, because you're selling these directly to the vendor for that price. This isn't exact, it's close. I haven't sold one in a little bit, but that's about what they sell for. And then I just have these to show what's making money and what's not. Value per minute, easy sort, and then this rolls into a value per hour on what you're making for profits. These are your component prices. I try to keep them in order of what they show up in the game, but that's not always the case. And they also, if there's like 3, so for like Folders of Intelligence needs 3 thumb drives, I have that built into the equation already, so there's not 3 lines sorting through it. I have them broken up into each area, so you can quickly sort by what you want. Right now I have zeros hidden because those are items that are stacked that aren't making money. So kind of the way I do this is I'm building the sheet. I can come in here and I can go to Workbench, filter that out. Then I can filter, sort by color, do this, and boom. And now we have everything in here, easy to look at, quick to find, and you can tweak prices as you want. And with that, we'll wrap it up. If you guys have any questions, don't hesitate to comment, ask. I'll get back to you as soon as I can, or come hit the Discord up. If I can't answer it, usually one of the other guys in there can, just because we spend a lot of time talking about this stuff each day. If I'm streaming, feel free to come by and say hi. I'm more than happy to answer questions there as well, or go through some of the stuff in the hideout between raids. If you guys got anything out of this, please hit like and subscribe. It helps the channel out a ton, pushes this to other folks so everybody else can get the same information you're getting. And also don't hesitate to check out the spreadsheet I made. I put the link in the comments and in the description so you guys can find it there. And you guys can kind of tweak the numbers to how you're seeing them from day to day as they shift around based on when you're playing. I thank you guys for watching, and we'll see you in Tarkov.